too, man.
Yeah, no problem. Welcome back, everyone. Today I have a good buddy, Jake Williams. This is the first time he's actually been on our live interviews, and I'm really excited to get him on. There's been a couple times where we tried to do this, and it just didn't work out. If you don't know who he is, you're probably not in the HeroClix scene lately because Jake Williams is the 2013 Golden Age champion at Worlds at GenCon last year. He was the guy that played the cop cars, and I think if that doesn't ring a bell, it should now. He also is making Harley Quinn, which is one of the figures that I would have liked to make, and so I'm happy about that. So you can tell us a little bit about yourself. So far, I mean, like, for me, I know that you've been playing HeroClix for a while, but it just seemed like you jumped on the scene last year. And so tell us a little bit about your experience over the last year and some of your success in the Rock tournaments and other tournaments throughout the year. And you are living in, what, Utah, right? So you're kind of like Midwest or kind of the West Coast player.
West Coast-ish, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's take it away. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
God, I started playing HeroClix back like 2004 or so, right after Legacy came out, maybe 2005. Played on and off, take breaks every now and then. Used to go out to California to play in some of the Wizard Worlds that they'd have out there, Wizard World LA. Did okay out there, never won anything, cracked top 8, I think twice. 2 years ago, I thought I should, I've had some pretty good success locally, so I thought I'd finally head out to GenCon. So I headed out, went out there. I did okay. I almost made the finals. I got pretty close on the cut. And then went out again last year, had a lot of success with it. So it's been pretty fun ever since then. I won Golden Age last year playing the cop car team. Went to DragonCon right after that, took third place out there. Went out to WonderCon this year, won WonderCon. I've had some pretty good success, so it's been a fun year. It's been a really fun year.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know by keeping up with Facebook and keeping up with AC Realms, your name keeps on popping up. And so you're definitely in the mix, and everyone, you're definitely one of the players that people want to look and see how you did, what team you played. So, I'm really excited to have you on here and maybe give some of the viewers a little bit of nugget of your HeroClix knowledge. And that's surprising. So you've been playing since 2004. That I did not know that.
It was whenever Legacy came out, right after Legacy came out. That was the first, I bought a factory set of or a full set of Legacy. Started there. And it's been on and off since then. First tournament I went to, I got beat so bad I almost didn't come back again, but toughed it out and got to where I am now.
Well, I mean, the game is a tough game, and you can't really pick it up. You can pick it up pretty quickly, but you can't play super high competitive stakes like at Gen Con level really quick, just because there's so many figures. You have to be able to know so much, and even though you're a good player, it takes a while. So that's pretty interesting. So I know that, I don't know if you watched the interview I had with Alex the other day. But I talked a little bit about like friendly competition and rivalries. Do you have any rivalries with anyone? Is there like friendly competition? I know like at that level, like every match is tough, and you kind of want to like beat the best. But is there people like you want to dodge? You can't say that. You can't say you want to dodge someone. But I don't know. Tell us a little bit about that.
Last year when I went through it, one of the things was a lot of people didn't know who I was.
Right.
So we kind of made some jokes about me and my friend that went out there. Can we tilt the game a little bit in a way with a completely legal way? Can we tilt the game in a way where people can underestimate us, whatever else it was?
Sure.
When I got out there, I actually had a black and white pack made that I taped together, I duct taped together. The receptionist at the hotel actually made it for us, and it was horrible looking. On my first match, I just wanted to double-check the wording on a power when I sat down to play, and I actually pulled out this really bad pack. And as soon as I was looking up the power, because it wasn't even a real official pack, a guy actually gave me a big smile because he thought this was going to be a pretty easy match. It was hilarious. Like 6 turns later, the game was over,
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah,
I don't know if I can get away with that this year, though. You get
probably
up to the
not.
higher, you get up to the higher levels. I mean, there's a lot of good players. It's not like every time you sit down, there's a gimme. The
Absolutely.
guy, the guys from Ohio are all amazing players. They get to play together all the time. The Rubicon guys, you got Masu. I don't think Rob's making it out this year, but Patricia is. You
Yeah.
just every match you sit down, you don't know who you're going to be playing against. You could be playing against a world champ, a national champ. They're all over the place. One thing that I thought was kind of funny though is when I sat down and played Masu last year in the finals. It was funny afterwards. He actually found me on Facebook and messaged me. He's like, "I haven't been beaten by like that in quite a while." So I thought that was, it was a pretty
Yeah,
great
no,
thing last year.
I, I would imagine like because if you've been to those tournaments, those top players have been there multiple years, so they see the same people over and over. And if you're a new face, not necessarily a new player, but they don't know who you are, so you have that slight advantage. And just like Alex and Patricia and George, and there's a number of players like Scott, uh, like Rob you mentioned, but all these players. Now I mean, now you see him, you're like, wait, I'm not. I know going in ahead in this match, it's gonna be a tough battle. Like for the first year I went, I mean, yes, I'm on these streams and stuff, but still, not everyone watches these. So I'm not a Gen Con player, so people are like, I don't know anything. Like I'm just a scrub noob in there, and just so it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to be able to play the spoiler sometimes.
Yeah, and it's that's kind of the fun thing. When I went sat down for Origins for the qualifier, the first game I played against was one of the amazing Ohio players. The second one was against one of the Rubicon guys. The third one was against a guy that had made Final Four the year before in Modern. Or no, the third one was against actually Adam, the one that won the national championship game. Then the fourth one
Okay, yeah,
in the top four. I mean, those are all four games. Luckily, I qualified for the finals that day, but you just never know who you're going to sit across from the table, which is interesting to me because I kind of keep the mentality of every game I sit down and play with somebody, I think they know something I don't know, and I always
mm,
try to push that because I want to make sure. I mean, I don't mind if I lose. It happens.
sure.
Dice happen, things happen. I just hate when I get cut off by something that I didn't see coming. That's when I get frustrated. You know, that's why
Oh
some
yeah,
preparation I think goes into this right now.
I definitely agree. And
You there, Ryan? I think we just lost Ryan. It's the me by myself show now, I guess. I don't know if it's still recording or not. So it says we're live. So hopefully he comes back here. Ryan. Well, it looks like we lost Ryan here. I'm not sure what else to do about the live feed here. I guess if there's any questions or anything like that that anyone wants to ask, I can answer them coming up. I don't know if there's a chat thing set up for it or not, though, or you could ask him on Facebook. Hopefully he comes back soon. So, you back, Ryan? There we
are
go.
we back?
Yeah, there we go. You disappeared on me for a minute.
Yeah, my internet has been bad lately, so hopefully we can finish this. But if not, we will finish.
There he goes again. At least I know it's not me. See if I can pull up a couple of the questions here that we had. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. Sorry about that, you guys. But I know that's not me on my end. If there's any questions, though, that come up in the Facebook group, I guess I can answer that. But yeah, this sucks. So Teams this year. I just got asked about teams this year for Gen Con, what I think is going to show up. The ROC has been really interesting to watch and see how the meta has changed a little bit. What we're starting to see is roughly the same 8 to 12 uh, figures show up on almost every single team that are placing high. Every now and then something else will come through. But you're starting to see the meta actually form a little bit more. I know last year when we were talking about it was all Ghost Rider Heroes for Hire. The field's a little bit more diverse this year than it was last year, but you're still seeing the Iron Pharaohs, the Bullseyes, Despotellus, 25 Point Bizarro, Phantom Girl. There's a bunch of different stuff that's starting to you're starting to see over and over. So for Gen Con this year, I think what we're actually going to end up seeing is going to be you're going to see I think a lot of those varied teams, and I don't know if we're going to see that many people that are actually going to push outside of that. I know there's some pretty creative stuff I've been asked about, but I think the biggest thing that's going to form this year is how WizKids is going to run everything. If they're going to go out of their way, if they're going to go out of their way, I guess with the rulings and stuff, because we don't know what a lot of the rulings have been. The rulings seem to, sometimes you can ask a question in the email and you'll get one answer one day, you'll get another answer the other day. I don't know how they're going to officially rule everything, because if you start sitting down across from the table that somebody knows something that you don't know, that's going to be really, really frustrating. And I don't know how they're going to do that with the system that they've set up. So Daniel Char wants me to give him a shout out. So does Jamie. And all the guys from the HeroClix Illuminati Facebook chat group. It's a little secret thing that those guys put me into and make me sit through it every day. No, I don't think that an Iron Pharaoh team will win the finals this year. One thing I think that when you get to this level of competition, most people are preparing to play against those type of teams. And if you don't have an answer for an Iron Pharaoh, you don't have an answer for a Bullseye team, I think you're going to have a really, really hard time with it at Gen Con this year. Not saying those teams won't show up, but I really think that the team that wins it this year will be ready to be able to take all of those teams on. Ryan just messaged me in his email, or his internet is still sucking, so hopefully this is still working. Harley Quinn comes out in the Flash set coming out in November. It should be a lot of fun. I can't say too much about it other than I think she'll be a piece that will be played quite a bit. That's what I really wanted, was a piece that people knew and a piece that people would play, and hopefully I was able to do that for you guys. She's one of my favorite characters, probably my favorite character, and I felt like we've never had her done justice to her before. So pretty interesting out there. Yeah, you guys in that chat group are famous now because there's 15 people watching. um, Other questions here. I think with Gen Con this year, the qualifiers aren't going to necessarily be showing, what's going to be showing up in the finals. Anyone that has super secret technology, or super secret things that they've come up with, I don't think that's necessarily going to be on display. But one thing that's interesting this year is there's 32 people in the finals. There's like 7 or 8 auto buys to get into the finals, though. You've got, national golden or national championship golden last year, modern last year, Mexico, Canada, people from Europe coming in. So if you have 7 or 8 different auto buys coming in, and then they take the top 8 from each day, that means unless you go 4-0 and 4-0 in to get in, if you don't go 4-0, you're not going to make the finals. If you have a 2-2 day, it's going to be really, really tough if you don't have a 4-0. Not like at Origins where they took so many people, because there's so many auto buys this year. It's going to be really interesting though to see what does show up. It is all over the place, but you're also seeing a lot of the same type of figures over and over. Yeah, there is players coming in from all over the world, from what I've been told. Justin Zarin told me at Origins there's a lot of people from Europe coming in. I know there's a pretty good group of people from Mexico that are coming in to watch to play with us. It seems like this year there's more people I know traveling to Gen Con than have in the past. You could have 200 people each day in the qualifiers, which would be amazing. I think it'd be a lot of fun that way. So, yeah. What am I going to play? As of currently, I've narrowed it down. I'm always testing, constantly testing. Any of my really good friends know that I keep going over different things. I was up till 5:30 in the morning last night running through teams. It was a Saturday night, but I just want to make sure that I do well this year. So I was going through everything. As it is right now, I've got two teams that are both they're both amazing. They both are testing really well, and that's really all I want to say about it. Um, for the team tournament, it's going to be me and Frills, Adam Friedman, the guy that won the national championship, and then I've got a friend, John, that's red and that's coming out of Utah that I've been playing with for the last couple of years. He's the only guy locally that I know when I sit down to play across from the table, it's going to be a good game, and I don't always win. In fact, he just beat me pretty bad in War of Light month too. So yeah, it was fun. Um, War of Light pieces that came out in the new one. I think that the entities that just came out, um, they're interesting. They're really interesting. Uh, I think that there's a lot of potential there for some of them, but a lot of them are really situational. And I think that I don't know if it's going to be enough time for people to figure out some of the combinations out of them. The thing about Parallax or the thing about Ophidian, they're pretty straightforward to the point. Second click, you get hypersonic speed, or you start with Psyblast. With Parallax, really straightforward. Ophidian, you've got Pulse Wave right off the bat. Uh, it seems like the Wave 2 one's a little bit more finesse pieces. The Butcher, I think they can add two to your blades rolls, which is amazing. But you can't do that until you can, get 3 clicks in. So then, you've got to start looking at figures that start at 3 clicks in that you can start with that power. So you can play it on something like a Shatterstar that's crossing the map. Um, I know there's quite a bit of good stuff out there, but I think that it's going to be really interesting to see what happens going from here. So, as far as other Wave 2 figures that might crash the meta and Worlds and Surprise this year, I played in my first World Light. I played Fatality, month two, or Wave 2. I played Fatality and two of the Green Lanterns. One, it was okay. I think what's going to be interesting, though, is not as much it's not going to be as much the figures out of Wave 2. It could be more like the sniper rifle. Anyone that's not looking at the sniper rifle seriously right now is really limiting themselves. That piece is amazing, and I don't know why it's only 6 points and what it has, but it's a pretty amazing piece right now. There's so many different things that you can do with it, and while the power battery is pricey, there's quite a bit of stuff out there that you can start putting together. I mean, the wall that just came out, I think that's a piece that you have to pay attention to. You know. Um, all right. Ryan says I need to stop here for a second, and then we're just going to reset here real quick. So just give us like 2 minutes. Sorry about the difficulties. We'll get right back to this. So.